So, hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so welcome to day one of this class, right? So, first, maybe let me open the floor first. So, do you have any question based on the video you watched? Do you have any confusion? Do you have anything you want me to explain more before I dive in?
Yeah, I reached out to you. I couldn't complete the video because I said my CSS was requesting for one time code. I sent it to you, right?
So,
I said you were going to today.
did you install Visual Studio Code?
I have I have VS Code. I have it already. I was using the app right from time, so I have VS Code.
Okay. So, let me basically share my screen. I'm coming. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Please, I wanted to ask, at least in our last meeting, we did not talk about using Zoom. At least you could have informed us before. I have to download Zoom on my laptop now and start trying to configure it.
Oh, so sorry. We were supposed to use Google Meet, but basically we had
Yes.
a lot of issues and limitations with Google Meet. First of all, with the recording. Secondly, with the timing stuff.
Okay.
So the timing was not really good. So, but Zoom allows us to really stay as much as we can and then be able to do this meeting effectively. So sorry that I did not pre-inform you
All
guys.
right, sir. No problem, sir.
So,
Sorry, I mistakenly said CSS earlier. I meant SSH key. My GitHub was requesting for an SSH key.
yeah, so let me create um just give me a sec. So let me create a folder for this class. So this is um is batch 2. So basically this is our folder. So I'm going to open up this on Visual Studio Code. So let me show you what you would do. So now, first of all, you come to this terminal. I'm coming. So let's pull up our terminal. Oh, this guy is blocking out from doing it. To shift. Okay. So now we need to first of all type a couple of commands. So we come here, we type, let me increase this to the highest. Right. So basically we just need to do this only once, then we are good to go with Git. Now, first of all, we do git config dash dash global, then username, user.name. Now, basically, so for you to know which username you have, so I'm going to open up my browser. So I'm opening up my browser. So I'll go to my GitHub account. So let me show you how to see your Git profile. So taking a bit. Now, so this is basically my GitHub account. Already, you guys have set up your GitHub account. So if you've set up your GitHub account, you're supposed to have this when you log into your Git. Now I just have to click here, this profile icon here. It's still opening up. Why is taking longer time though? Yeah, I know my own Git system, but I just want to show you guys. So since I already know mine, I'll still I'll still wait for it to load though. But let me type in mine. So my own is, so the name, you just type in the name that you have on your GitHub, right? That's on the first one. Now the second thing that we need to do is git proof email. Why is this guy wasting time? So git config dash global, and you do user dot email. Now you put in that same exact email account that you use in opening up your GitHub account. So this was the one that I used. Now you close it up. That's one. So you've done the first step. Now GitHub. So what happens is that each time that you push your code to GitHub, it will first of all verify your name, take up this name, check out the email address that is linked to this particular account. That's one. So you have two ways to do it. Either you go to GitHub, generate SSH key and all of those stress, or you follow this way that I'm going to do. And this is the most simplest way you can use to achieve that same thing without going through that stress. Now you come to this place. This is what there is in Visual Studio Code is had a tab that's called extensions. Now extensions allows you to basically expand the feature of your Visual Studio Code. Now let me digress a bit. We have two type of text editors, right? You have text editors, we have IDEs. Now there are two different stuffs, but all of them we use two of them like the both of them to write codes, right? Now, IDEs are integrated development environment. So if, let's say, for example, we have an IDE for JavaScript, it basically means that it's going to contain everything that is required for us to have write JavaScript effectively. If we have an IDE for, let's see, a programming language like Python, it basically is going to contain everything that we're going to be using to run Python, and most IDEs are dedicated. So basically, it's just for one particular programming language, right? Now, for text editors, can you guys still hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but your line is breaking.
Breaking. Okay, just give me a sec. Let me.
Yes, but your line is breaking.
Yes, your line is breaking somehow.
Okay, I just will have a better network now. So I changed the position of my Wi-Fi, dude. So back to what I was saying. So am I now a bit stable?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so back to what I was saying, right? So IDs are just dedicated, most times they are dedicated for a particular language. Now, a text editor allows you to write code, but this time around, it just gives you two things. Basically, it helps you highlight your code, your programming syntax, but it doesn't do like just for you to just have a fancy way of writing a code, right? So now basically you can write our code using text editors like Notepad, even Google Docs. As far as you save it with .html, you are good to go. But Visual Studio Code, it's the one we're going to be using. So because it allows us to do what we call syntax highlighting. So you can just have a beautiful syntax, right? And then just have that your different colors when you're writing, when you're using it to write code. So now for us to be able to effectively like write a particular programming language, since Visual Studio Code, it's general, right? So we install what we call extensions. Now extensions allows us to enhance the capacity, the capabilities of Visual Studio Code, which we allow us to do different we can do multiple languages using it. Now for this extension, so for you to get extensions, so you come to this tab, click on this one that I had just highlight here, you see extensions, right? Basically, you just click on extensions and type git lens. Okay. Now, once you type git or git lens, so you're going to see this particular extension. So let me open it. So this one with this icon here, that's marked blue by Git Karan, right? That's what we're going to be installing. You understand? This is what we're going to be installing. So this, I already have it installed. You understand? So what you just do, once you have it installed, go through, like, there's nothing more, just install it. Now, assuming that we've not installed this one, so if you click on it, it just asks us to, okay, I already have I've installed this. For example, wow, install loads. So it comes with, okay, yeah. So you just see install button here, or you just see install because I already have this one to install. The other what's it called? Git lens comes with a lot of other extensions. So automatically, once you're installing Git lens, you're having other extensions pack installed, right? For you automatically. Now, so that's the first part. So once you have our Git lens installed, right? Now you just come to this place. Come to this place, right? This place. It's I want to shift this guy somewhere else. Okay. If you click on settings, manage, come to profile. No, no, wait, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Click on account, click on this icon here, sync account, right? Already I have accounts here on my GitHub. So I'm going to just log out from, let me sign out from my main account. So I'm going to sign out. So I'll show you how to just sign in using this. So I'm signed out. So what I just have to do is just come here, sign in. You see, what's it called? Sign in this place. So click on it. So now make sure, like, if for example, so let me explain this. Now, because Google Chrome is my default browser, and where I logged in, where I created my account in, it's on this Google Chrome. So it's gonna be easy for me to sign in using Google Chrome, right? If, for example, you have another extension, another browser, which is your default browser, where you sign in your your GitHub account, and maybe probably when you click on it, it did not open up that place. Make sure, like, let me explain. Let's say, for example, I have, like, for me now, I have three browsers. I have Brave, I have Google Chrome. I think I have another one. I can't remember the name. Now, let's assuming that where I signed in my my GitHub account, it's on Brave. So all I have to just do is just copy this code. Just click on this here, copy this code, go and paste it on Brave. click on enter. So make sure that the same browser that is going to be that same browser that you have, right? That same browser that you are using to that you use to sign in your GitHub account is the same browser that they're going to open up this link in. Now I just click continue because if it's the same, let me tell you why. Since it's the same browser, right? It's going to bring out my profile. So I just have to click on continue to allow it. To wait for a little while. So now it's already signed me in. Now if I click on this place, right, I'll see that I have my GitHub profile here. So this will do GitLens help you do that automatically. So the other process, so the other one is that you have to go to what's it called? That's one that that one that you were going to, that route you were going through. We just take you first to GitHub, you create a key and then do all of those things. But automatically GitLens help you create all of those things and just help you sign in automatically, and then you have your Git profile. But first you need to do that setting that I did here. You need to do what's it called? Let me come back. You have to set up your Git profile first. Set up your username, the same username you have on your what's it called, on your GitHub. Then the same email that you use in signing up your GitHub, right? That's the two things that you need. So we already have your GitHub signed in. Now I can create a project. So let me create a basic file, right? I'll just call this index.html. Then have a couple of this thing. I just want to show, okay, let me just have some random stuff. So let's see, hello world. Hello world. This is class, right? And then save. So mine is automatically saving. So for you to have your own to automatically save. So how do you know if your own is automatically? So if you don't have this save, here it's gonna be white till you do either you click on, you hold control, then you hold X so to automatically save, or to automatically do save, you can just come to these settings, come to settings, right? Then the first settings here, this autosave. So on default, it's gonna be on focus, right? But it's gonna be turned off on default. But just move it to after delay. So once you finish writing anything, it's going to automatically save. So I guess we are done with this.
Sorry, can you come again, please? I didn't hear that part.
Okay. So for you to have your your code to automatically get saved anytime you have anything written, you just click on settings, on this setting icon, click on settings. Now the first this thing here, auto save, that's going to be the first thing. Just click on this. So by default it's going to be off, right? Just move it to after delay and then close. So anything you type is going to automatically save, right? That's it. So the next extension that we're going to be installing, right? So it's going to be live server. So live server. So also for live server, please make sure you are downloading this first one that has retweet day. Right? This first one with this icon that was created by this guy, that was published by this guy, right? Live server. So basically get this one. So click on install. So I already have it installed. So just install it. Now what live server will automatically help us to what's it called? To automatically reloads our page anytime we have a new file or a new code written on it. So we don't have to come to the browser, do all of those stress, right? Now, for you to have this started up on live server, so if you look at this down button here, so let me decrease more because okay. So you're going to have live server here on this down here. Oh, anytime I open, okay. You're going to have live server here. So either you see it here, you can click on this live server here, or you can come on this particular file. On the HTML file, please right click, come down, you're going to see live server. Open with live server. So either you use this button here, go live here, or you right click, come down, you see what's it called? Live server. Open with live server. So if I click on open with live server, so you see what's going to happen. Automatically going to open up this page, right? So you're going to open up this page for us. Now, if we have anything, let's say for example, I have what's it called? Okay, I understand. Don't show you again. So if I have, let me write something else. Okay. Let's have text 2. Now automatically it's going to have text 2 here. So what's happening? So it's gonna have text 2. So if I add any other stuff, let me add something else. So hello. So we just have our hello. Why is this guy not refreshing? I don't know what's happening. I guess I have a lot of stuff on the background though. So it will automatically refresh your page, and then you see, so you just see your items in real time, right? That's basically for setup. So now let's move into Git properly. Now, if you've installed Git, so you should have this so come to this place, I type Git. So you should have this app here, right? Maybe when you click on this place, let's say you don't find it, just please click on this app, right? You just find it here. So I'll open up Git. Yes, so I'll allow it to. Why installing? Oh, good. Does it? Oh, great. Oh, let's just give it a moment. Mm. So, nothing fancy. So we have our Git. So this is what we have here. Now let me give an explanation. So we have two type of interface basically. So on the computer, we have GUI and we have command line. Now GUI is anything you can drag, click, and all these drag and drop buttons, right? These are GUI. So prior to now, we have basically, I don't know if you guys do, we have three dominant operating systems in the world. We have other operating systems, but every other operating system was just built up from these three. So we have the first operating system, which is Unix. We have Linux. We have Windows, right? Windows. We have Mac OS. We have Android. So these are basically four. But every other operating system takes its shape from Linux, right? So Linux is built on top of Unix. So Windows is built on top of Linux. Mac OS is built, or iOS is built on top of Linux. Android is built on top of Linux. So basically, every other operating system takes their shape from Linux, which takes its shape from Unix. I don't want to just go deep. Just, I don't know, like in simple terms. Now, what's an operating system in basic terms? Operating system, I know you guys have heard it a lot, right? You've heard, I don't know which version you've heard. But in simple term, like in the most basic term, an operating system is just a file manager that allows you manage your system resources in simple terms. The same way your file manager, when you click on File Explorer, this file, So you can be able to explore, see file, see all of these things, right? That's what the basic work of an operating system is. So operating system allows us to manage, allocate, process, and translate, compile informations. So it stands as a middleman between the low code, that's the zeros and one, that's binary, and the human interactions, right? Now, prior to when before we had GUIs, this our beautiful interface, right? We used to have what we call command lines, right? And then command lines were pretty dominant. Now, during those days where command lines were pretty dominant, right? Um, Basically, before you can call yourself a computer literate, right, you have to be a professor or a master's, because you have to learn a lot of commands, right? A lot of commands. Now, if you've watched hacking films, if you watch like social game, like all these hacking films, you see them typing on something that's red on white, something like see them typing fast, right? So basically, uh, so basically, um, the command line allows us to write commands instead of doing drag and drop. So we're going to be looking at a couple of Git commands, right? So from this command line. So first we want to know the type, the version of Git that we have. So you can just type git dash dash version, right? So it will tell you the version. So I have 2.47.1. You might have a different version depending on the time you download your own, right? Now we have basic Git commands like what's it called? I think I need okay. Let me pull up Notepad. So we have okay, we have merge, right? We have merge, we have commit, we have push, we have pull, we have branch, we have other ones, we have branch, we have repo, we have a couple of other stuff. Which other one? Merge, commit, we have checkout, we have add. So we have plenty other Git commands, right? So, but instead of just typing out all of these things one after the other, so we just try to show, I'll just show you how to use them in basic terms, right? So the rest, so as we progress within the class, we get to use more of them. Now, what is repo? So a repo is basically a folder that contains different versions of your project. Now, the same way you have a folder and then you can have other folders within a folder, that's what we that's basically a repo. Now a repo is just the mother folder holding the entire project. Now a branch is a copy, a working copy of your code. Now we can have a document. Let's say for example we have a document and then we want to have multiple copies of those documents. For example, let's say I'm working on a presentation slide, but maybe I want to change something on that presentation slide, but I don't know if maybe when I'm done changing out things, that probably I might just forget how I got to where I am currently. So, and I don't want to lose the original format of that presentation document, right? Then I can just make a copy of that presentation document and then edit what I want to edit. So maybe along the line, if something goes wrong, I can just move back to what I have. So a repo, a branch is just a copy of your entire project that you can work on independently. Like you can work on independent without interfering with other branch, right? Other parts of the code. So that's for a repo, a branch. Now push allows us to push our code to the GitHub. Commit allows us to add a meaningful message that so that, like, for example, let's say you're coming into a city for the first time. Maybe you want to go and visit an auntie or an uncle, and you guys want to go for shopping, right? And then this is your first time coming to that city, and then probably your uncle has somewhere else to go to, and maybe tells you that, okay, once you are done whatever you're doing in the mall, you can come back to the house, right? So on your way to the mall, so he'll be like, okay, if you get to this bus stop and you see maybe a blue house, just know that you're going to stop here. If you get to this particular place, just turn left. So those points that it's those items that your uncle is using as an illustration or a guide for you not to miss your way home, it's it's what we call a commit. Now, a commit allows us to take a screenshot of our project, the working part of that project at that moment, and save it. So let's say, for example, I want to add 10 more things to this place, but but I don't know how bad it might go or how good it might go, but I just want to keep it safe. I just have that time. So what I just basically have to do is just to commit that particular project, right? To just commit that particular project. This meeting is about to end in 4 minutes time, but if it ends, I'm going to resend you this link. So just jump back with this exact link or a new link that I'll send on the what's it called? Um on the WhatsApp group, right? Now, pull allows us to pull up to take back changes, right? So most of these things are on the video. Check out allows us to move to a different branch. So let me show you how to do all of this thing basically on on your Visual Studio Code, right? So I'm not going to go in depth with terminals, all of those things. So let's go. So just come to click on this place. So first of all, for you to have a Git, for you to use Git, you have to initialize Git. So you have two methods. First, either you come to this place and manually do it, right? I just come here and manually type git init, but we're going to be doing the fast lane, right? So we're not going to be using git init manually. So I just have to click here to initialize that particular repo. So I'll just do git initialize. So automatically it creates a file for us, right? So if I move back to my project folder, so I'm going to see something. I'm going to see git .git file. Once I click on that init. So peradventure, if you're not seeing this, so just come to this place, come to view, come to show hidden items, right? By default, you're not going to see it, so just click on turn on show hidden items for you to see it. That's it. Now we just do git init. Now already had had a couple of this thing here, so we just do add. So add allows us to tell Git to track our files, right? So now we automatically do it by just coming to this and by using this. You can either come here and do git add, right? Then dot. Now dot means everything on this project. Or if you have multiple files, you can just do it one after the other. .html, this one after the other, and then add. But see, we're not going to do that. So we're going to just move straight here. So now, like I said, commit allows us to do a screenshot of that particular working project. I can basically just click on this place, add my commit message, right? So I can just see just hello world. Okay, some text. So some text, right? So click on commit. Now it's going to ask me to publish this particular branch, right? So I just have to click on this, publish. So yes, allow. So I just click on allow. For the first time, you're going to ask me to allow. So I'm going to click on allow. So it's going to allow ask me to do permission. So I'll click on continue here. So now we have it. So now basically, so we have two type of repo. It's already explained on the video though. So we have two type of repo. We have private and public. Please, during the course of this program, please make sure that all your this thing are public. Here, in particular, right? So click on public, this is private, this is public. Once it is private, you're going to be the only person that's going to be seeing that repo. that particular project, and I cannot mark your assignment even if you send me link for the assignment. So for us to be on the same page, please make your this thing what's it called, public. Now here you can name your repo whatever you want to name it, right? By default it's going to be the folder name, so you can just name it basically anything you want to name the project. Now you can come to this place. So here I'm going to leave it this way because this is what we are doing already. So I'm just click on public. So automatically it's going to publish this to GitHub. Just wait for it to publish. So now we can just click on open on GitHub to see this particular that repo on GitHub. So this is our repo on GitHub, right? So basically we've pushed our first repo on GitHub. This for so we've talked about commit, talked about push by clicking on that push button, by clicking on that commit. So if I add another change, let's say for example add what's it called, hey there. So
Oh, sorry, earlier you said we'll come to this source control on VS Code.
okay, let me share my screen again.
Okay. And something you said we'll write in between here. Is it Git? I think Git.
Where?
This on the VS Code,
Okay,
we'll come to the source control.
is it here?
No, this one that is open. This commit, where the commit is.
Okay, here.
Yeah. So you said we're going to type something Git, right?
Yeah, you can just no, you just type in a meaningful message that will help you remember what like just type in a meaningful message describing what you just did.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I can just
Yeah.
so I'll just be like maybe hey there, right? Now I can come here and be like added a new line, right? Click on commit. Now it's going to ask me to synchronize change. So I just click on synchronize change. It will automatically push this change to GitHub.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So right. So this just saves us the whole stress of coming to the command line to use command line like basically. So that's why I said install git lens, right? So so if I come to this place, okay, if I refresh, you're going to tell me that I had some changes. Okay, I'm not coming from a different branch, right? So it's not, you say, okay, so you now see the last commit here, added
And
in,
then
yes, the last commit. Now, so we've talked about a couple of things. So we've talked about, I've shown you guys how to push, how to commit, how to link up your GitHub profile. Now, let me show you how to create a branch. And this is very important now. Now, I don't know how most of the time you guys are going to have what's it called master here. So you can I think you can change it to change what you have as default branch. Let me look at this. Well, okay, let me click. Wait, wait, git lens. Let me see. I'm looking for something. Not here. I can't remember where I'll find that stuff, but I might still refer to it. So mine here is main because when I was setting up my this thing, I think I asked it to be main. So you might not just your own might just be what's it called master. But either way, there's no difference. So either you have main, you have master. So it's either it starts with main or it starts with master. So it just shows that this is the first branch. So every repository has like master or main as the main branch, right? Every other branch depends on whatever you have on that one. So now the next thing we're going to talk about branching. Now, like I said, a branch is a copy of your working project, right? So now I can create a new branch here. I can come to click on this, create new branch. I just click create new branch from. I'll just put main. So I'm creating a branch from main, from this main that we have here. So I'll call this one dev, either dev or developer. Just call it dev. Now development, sorry. Now, so in every working project, we have two important branches, right? You just find this anytime, any project, any company you're working with, like basically you're going to find this. So most of the times we have branches called name as the most common branches that you find in every repo is you have branch, main branch, or maybe master, depending on. You also have development, also name, you can also see it as development or dev. You can also see testing. Then you can see other individual branches. So now it's a conventional something, right? Like it's not a do or die, but it's just convention, right? To have dev and test. Now, what we do with test, it's basically now, with test, if we have a new feature that we want to test out, you can just write the code in test. Once it is working in test, now we merge test with development. Now, merging test, merging, when you hear merge in Git, right? In Git terms, what it's still the same thing as you just merging two things together. So it means that we're going to carry things that we've done in a branch A and put it up with branch B. So we just have two of them meshed together to have a single branch, right? Now, since we are in branch, so let me show you the power of branching now. So remember, what we got from, we created a branch from main. So to create a branch, like let me come again, click on this here, either you have main, like click on this down here, then you click on create new branch from. So you can choose to create from main or you can even create a separate branch, either way, right? An independent branch, you just write the name. So most times, but I usually like to create branch from another branch because I'm sure that the one that I have on that branch, the code base I have on that branch, it's working, right? So I'll just click on escape to just take it out. So because I'm not creating a new branch. Now, now, so let me show you the power of branches. So remember that in our main branch, right? We had this. Now, so this is, so I'll add this line. So I'll just call this, I'll just type, this is from dev branch. Dev branch, right? Now, so I just have to add, say, okay, dev branch, right? Commit. So now you cannot move to another different repo if you've not committed the changes that you've done on this repo. Please be sure. Let me sound this clear so that you don't come and comment you don't need error, right? So for me to move into another branch, I want to go back to my main, but only what I need to do first, I need to commit what I have here, the changes I have here. So I'll just click on commit. So now we've committed this. Now we don't have this branch online. So if I look at this place, so basically we only have one branch here. So it's going to show us we have one branch. So for us to have this particular branch online, all you have just to click is do the same thing. Click on publish branch. So automatically you just have this branch up in our repo. So it's done. So I just have to come here. So we have changes pushed to this, right? So if I refresh, now if I refresh, you see, I have my development branch here, right? That's okay. And then Git is already notifying us, telling us that we have just made a recent change 16 seconds ago, right? Do we want to push it to merge it with main branch? So we first of all look at merging branches locally, then before merging it online. So either way, so just let's head back. Now, so I just come back here. So I've already committed my stuff, so I can just come back here. Then now instead of clicking on this create all of this, I just click on this. The first time, what's the difference? The first time, let me increase my stream a bit more. So remember the first time when I clicked on this, right? On this icon, when I had me, I clicked on create branch, create new branch from, right? But this time around, I'm skipping these three parts here. Then I'm moving to here. So these are the branches that I have, right? So you're gonna be showing me the branches that I have. Now, give me a second. Let me get water. Okay. So now you're going to be showing me all the branches that I have. So remember I committed first before trying to move or go to anywhere I want to go to. So I can just basically click on main to move back to my main. Now we're now in main, right? Now notice something. We don't have that our line. That's our line message that says this is from development dev branch. I don't know if you're following. This is to show you, right, that um our branches are independent. That's another power of branching. So branches are independent. So you might ask me, why is branch important, right? Now, one of the well, let me just bring it down to like three or two reasons why branch are important. The first reasons why branch are important, number one, it allows us to have a container or a safe box to play around with things. Now, have you ever wondered how probably you open a page, okay, Google, for example, maybe you might be in Google, maybe Google landing page, or maybe one of their services, and then you come back 5 minutes later, you come back and you see that like you have a complete different interface. I don't know if anybody have noticed it before. Maybe maybe you are using Google Docs, or any of their services, and then you leave for a second and come back to that same page, then you just see a complete different stuff. Now, branching allows us to maintain changes in our code base. So one of the important thing, if you don't know by now, one of the important features of Git and GitHub is that it allows us to collaborate with people all over the world. Now, since we are in this class, let's say for example you have a project, okay, like you had I don't know who tested me. I think it's I don't know who tested me that day, right? So assuming
I
that
was the one that sent you a message
yeah,
from
okay. So now, like assuming that we are using Git to work on this, right? On that project, on that particular day. So you could have just sent me your own GitHub repo, just that repo. I can come into that place, fix it, and then you have your stuff working without us needing to do any like to break, I don't know, the whole world or shout about it, right? Now you have projects like I have projects that I'm working on with people both here in Enugu and outside Enugu, right? Okay, there's this I work in this company, right? So all of we are working remote. Basically, we do 80% remote. I've not seen the people like I've not for once seen people that I work with, apart from on Zoom meetings or Slack or on Google Meet. But every day our code are moving, like the company's code base is moving, we're pushing out products. So that's the power of Git. Now branching allows us to, okay, know what we are working at the moment. Say for example, we have a website and we want to work on the about page, and I'm assigning the about page to you, and I'm assigning the landing page to Matthew. Now, instead of us working like trying to scatter things at the same time, like do what's it called, have a hazard code. Now, Matthew just have to create his own brand, name it landing page. You have to create your own brand, name it about page. Now, once Matthew is done with the landing page, you are done with the about page. We can just match the code and then we just have a full website, right? So this helps us to have collaborations, manage changes, and manage workflow in basic terms, right? So the more we go through this program, the more we go through this internship, the more you use these things, the more you understand this thing more and more. So there's no better way of learning how to code than practicing how to code. That's the truth, right? I can say 100 things here, and after this meeting, you just forget about all of those things, right? But if you practice, do your stuff, practice, right? All of them start making more sense to you. So that's it. Now, what else? Okay, so branching. So now we notice that the changes are not here. So for us to have, so we have two options now, right? So either we merge these branches locally or we merge it online. So either way works, right? Now, sometimes we merge code locally. Why? Because we might want to test out to make sure that if these two codes are compatible. Now, let's say for example, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name with Eta, right? What's your
Sorry, my name is Promise. That's my work mail. My
okay,
name is
okay, 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 okay. So
yeah.
promise now. Let's say for example, you're done working with the landing, you're done working with the about page, and Matthew is working on the landing page, but Matthew has some errors on his code. Now, if we push those code, if we match those codes online, so it means that let's say for example we have a website that has a customer base of 1,000 people, and then let's say for example within that 1,000 people, like within the working hours of the day, at least if we have 1,000 customer base, at least minimum of 300 people should be on our website, at least during the working days and during working hours, right? So now if we should merge Matthew's code with your code promise online automatically, it means that it's going to merge the two code and push it to live, whatever we have live and the users are interacting with. And then because we have some errors, so we might just start seeing 404 errors on our pages, and then clients will start complaining. I'm on this website too, and then I don't know what happened. This website just crashed or something happened, right? So that's why most times we do merge for safety reasons. We merge our code locally, test out the compatibility locally before doing it online. So for us to merge locally, you just locally just do git. You add the branch, so git. So we're already on main, right? And do merge development. So you see something here now. So you notice something on this terminal. So I just typed git merge development. Remember, we are on main. Assuming that we are on development and we want to merge changes that we have on main to development, you just type git merge, then the name of that development, the name of that branch that we want to merge at that time. Right now, since we've added merge, so it will tell us, okay, so it gives us some statistics here. It said one file changed, three instructions, one delete. So we deleted maybe a space or something, right? So it said plus plus, so four. I think one, two, three, four, five, something. I don't know what it's counting though. So it's just telling us okay, some of the changes. I think we had space here, one space, two space, three. I think something else. I think another space or something. So to just give you statistics, this is how to merge on the terminal. Another way you can merge is we can still come to this place. I think here. Oh, wait again. Okay. Wait. Hmm. I'm trying to look for if they are this thing here. I'll log out automatically merge. I can't remember where I found like my head is filled up. So just in basic terms, you just do git merge. We merge it, then we push. That is, we already merged, so we already have our line. So since this merge worked, so if this merge, so let's say for example, if there are errors on this merge, right? Let's say there are some Git issues on this merge, it's gonna do two things. First of all, it's going to highlight this most of this part in red and tell us, okay, see what happened, that we had issues here. So either we accept the incoming changes or we take out what we have. So more on this when we start building complex projects, right? So for the basic terms, what I'm showing you are just what we need for the moment. And then the more we progress, the more we do our stuff, the more we see more things to do. Right. So I just have to just click on synchronize here to synchronize our changes and then push. So this one is how to merge locally. Now, so I'm going to do another, what's it called? I'm going to move back to my development branch, right? So I'm going to, okay. So I'm going to put another changes, right? So another change. I just put new change. So commit. Now I'll synchronize to push it to the GitHub. And let's move back to our Git. Now we're on GitHub. Now it's telling me that, okay, I had to push some changes here. So two things I have to do. Either I click on this, I'll just basically click on this. So click on this, right? And this compare and create pull requests. So now, what are pull requests? So either you hear people say pull request or you hear people say PR. Now, when you make changes, right? When you make changes on a particular branch, right? Now, the process of you merging those two requests and making sure it's compatible, like these two branch A and branch B are compatible, and now when you bring the codes together that you don't have issue, right? It's what we call pull request. Now, for you to be able to merge on what's it called on the GitHub, for you to be able to merge on the GitHub, you must create what we call pull request, and then we accept that pull request, right? Now, if I create a pull request here, so it means that I'm notifying the main. So it means like if I click on create pull request, basically what's going to happen is that I'm going to notify this main, that this branch called main, that there are some changes from the development, right? That I would like it to accept. That's in simple terms. Now, once I accept that change, right? Once anybody managing this main branch accepts the change, it's going to automatically reflect here. Unlike on the local side, that you can just click on, just do git merge, just merge, right? Now on the GitHub, you have to create what we call pull request. And then pull request just send, once you click on create pull request, it automatically sends a notification. Now, depending on some project, like let's say company or this, will ask you to write a description of those changes, right? It's something, it's optional, right? It's not what's it called? A compulsory stuff, but maybe depending on what you're working on, the project that you're working on, the company might just have it as a policy that you must describe your changes. Like, what did you do? I can be like added new button, added this, do this, did that in simple terms. But we just skip all of those parts now, right? I'll click on create pull requests. Now I've created pull requests, right? Now you see that a pull request has been opened. Now, assuming like we are three working on this project, right? And then I'm the one managing the main branch. Because the main branch are the ones. So okay, first of all, it's telling us it's checking for the availability of merge automatically. So what's trying to do is that it's trying to make sure that our code is compatible and there's no bug within the code, right? So that's it. So it's gonna take a while. I don't know. Can you guys still hear me? Well, I'm having network.
Yeah, sure. Can
Okay,
hear
okay, okay,
you.
okay. Thank God. So it's taking a while. Why is taking longer time? Let me basically refresh this page. Okay, so it says no conflict with base branch. So it means that I can merge this, right? I just click on. So what happens is that, let's say for example, we are 3 or 4 working on this branch. So we have this main branch. So once you create a pull request, please don't merge if it's not your personal project. I'm begging you. I had this project that like this project we just demoed the other day. That was last week. Yeah, last week. Or more. I had to spend the whole night from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. in the morning trying to fix merge error. Someone committed someone created a PR and merged the PR, and there were bugs on the PR, like on his own code base. So and then we had that next day by 8 p.m. to submit that project, and we still have a lot of things to build, right? And then there's no way we can be able to keep on building if we've not resolved the issue. So please, if you start working with a team on a project, please don't merge PR. Just after creating it, just leave it like that. So once you've created a PR to maybe the develop branch or the main branch, the person managing it will just automatically comes whenever it comes and make sure there's no conflict, right? After testing your project, we just merge. So because I'm the one, the like the admin here, and I'm the one creating all of those stuff. So I can just click on merge and not be afraid that anything will happen. Click on confirm merge, right? So automatically it's gonna pull all those changes that we have to this branch, and then it will close up this pull request. So we don't have any other pull requests. So that's it. Now that's for this. So talked about this. Now another thing I want to show you how. So now if we are working on 2 different branches, like let's say you people are two, like you and Promise are working on something, right? Now for example, okay, Promise made a change because I cannot, because I'm not with Promise Code. I'm not with Promise Code, right? But and there's no way I can automatically come and do merge here because I don't have the code. So and then let's say Promise added some changes here too. So okay. So I just got it pull this change and then commit. Oh, sorry. So this automatically happens each time you don't add a pull request, you don't add a commit message, right? So you have two options. Either you type in your message here, sorry, type in the message and save, or you just close it up, right? Just close it up, come here and add a valid commit message, right? Um, booming. So I just synchronize this, and now I've made this change, right? I've added it to GitHub. Now I'll be like, okay, so I'll be like, hey, So I'm talking like I'm assuming I'm promise. I'll be like, hey Matthew, that landing page is done. Oh. Please go and get the landing page and merge it up to make sure everything is working. Oh shit. I put from okay, I wrote this guy. Is it develop? Yeah. I think I pushed this code to develop. Boom. I have to push to merge. So for you to see your different branch that you have here, you just double click here. So you drop down. So you can just see different codes that we have. So okay, I guess I pushed from the develop branch. So all I have to just do, let me just move to the main branch. So I want to get these changes, right? The changes that it's on this guy. Now automatically, um this guy is telling me to remember we made some changes that we made from Git and we do not like we merged our Git here when we created how to do pull requests. When we talked about how to create pull requests, right? So now let me just pull it first. So we just have that. But remember, we are not seeing that changes that we added here and pull from main, right? So for us to just see what we want to have from main, so we can just come here, we do git, right? Okay, we are done with the develop branch. We want to get changes from development branch to our main branch locally. I'll just do pull origin, origin, develop, development. So click on enter. So now it will fetch us this. So what's it called? Said what? Okay, enter a merge. So just click on this to merge. So um, okay, I'll close this guy. So waiting for you to close editor. So I've closed the editor. Okay, so that's it. So for you to clear out what you have on this terminal, just do CLOS, right? Now another important thing about terminal here, this terminal here. So we have different terminals. So you click on this place. Now I can come here and see different terminals. So I have like 3 different CDN terminals. Now I have command prompt, I have git bash, I have this JavaScript, I have PowerShell. By default, they're going to be on PowerShell. But the problem I have with PowerShell that PowerShell has sometimes PowerShell do have sticker sticker. Sometimes PowerShell just do some crazy stuff. So please, most time just come here, click on this here, change this, select default profile. And then move your default profile to let me come again. Select default, move your default profile to command line, please, to avoid a lot of issues and avoid a lot of inconvenience in the future. So I'm going to kill this guy, kill you. So now for you to clear your time, I'll do CLOS, right? Click on enter. So basically, this night we've talked about poo, how to get changes from online, how to merge our code, how to create our profile, how to set up your Git properly, how to merge codes online and on GitHub, and how to merge codes on the command line here locally, how to push, how to create commit messages, and all of those things. So I guess we are done for today. So if you have any questions, so you can bring in your questions, your concern. So we just have this 6 more minutes to finish it up.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, go on. I can hear you.
From my observation, though, the class was a little bit confusing, kind of, but from your curriculum that you dropped, this is a class for week 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was kind of, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So it was kind of confusing because we don't
Mm,
really have the idea. Because what I've been seeing online, a lot of people have been saying if you want to start this stuff, you have to start from HTML, blah blah blah. And from
yeah.
our last class, we talked about HTML and the rest of that. So when I opened the class and I saw that we are already in VS Code and we're already pushing something to GitHub, it
Yeah.
was a little bit complex. It was a little bit complex for a beginner, I can't lie, but at the same time, maybe as time goes on, I will get to assimilate the whole thing very well. That's my number one question.
Okay.
Then number two question is we from the video you sent to me, the video was talking about from the video you sent to the group, I mean, it was
Yeah.
talking about Git and it was talking about GitHub.
Yeah.
So I like when I was watching the video, it was complicating my head because I find out that when I was trying to open a GitHub, I found out that I had a GitHub account since 2022. I don't know how, but I don't know. I just have to do forgot password and I recover it back. I don't know how I created a GitHub account back in 2022.
Yeah.
So it was kind of confusing. The Git and the GitHub. I don't really know if you can throw more light on both aspects.
Okay. Okay, let me start from the first question. Now, basically, um, this Git, right? What's it called? This Git is an essential part in programming, right? Most bootcamp do skip it, and most YouTube videos do skip this part, right? On enums, right? From the last camp we did, like the last first batch, we did this in batch 4. But like we did it in week 4. But why you might ask me why am I bringing it to week 1? So basically first, now I realized like if I should leave this in week 4, right? Now we only have 6 weeks to go. So we already done week 1, right? Today, this week. Now we just have like 2 more weeks and you won't be able to follow up. You won't be able to learn this. And then this is what will get you a job, and this is what will make you stand out as a beginner. You understand? And another thing is that if we don't have Git, so there's no way for me to mark your assignment. Either you have to start zipping your assignment and sending it on what's it called on the group or all of those things, which is not really necessary. While I can just come to your GitHub account, just see what you have, and then we are good to go. Do you understand? So now it's gonna be a little bit confusing, but what I did basically here is that I gave you the video to watch, at least to have an idea of whatever is happening. Now I'm doing this class now to dissect all those complexity. If you know say what I've been doing throughout this class this night is that I'm taking out those big I don't know those big terminologies on the whole thing around Git and GitHub, and I'm bringing them down to be as simple and as plain as anything. Do you understand? So the more we start using the more we start using Git to work on our project, because ready now you have to push your branch to GitHub, and then if you want to share a link, if you want to share a GitHub link, so come to that. So okay, basically, this is what you have when you enter your GitHub now. Click on this repo to see all the repository that you have on GitHub. So basically, I have 40 repos currently because I've been working on plenty projects, right? Now, if you click on this particular project, right, this one, all you just have to do is come to this code, click on here, right? Click on this one. This is what you're going to be submitting for me. To copy this URL. But make sure your this thing is public. Make sure it's public so that if it's private, I will not be able to see it. Now I have repositories here that are private, like on my own. This most of them are company projects, right? So they are private because these are company project and then there are NDAs attached to them. So the ones that are private, so look at this one, it's marked private. This one is marked public. This one is marked public. So I have the other ones here that are private. Let me see. Okay, this one is marked private, right? Private. So no other person is gonna see this code except me that has the branch, except I invite you to the what's it called, to the repo, to the repository, before you can be able to see this particular code on this branch. So this one is marked public. So just come here, click on this place, right? Copy. You understand? And then I'm going to create what's it called, the form link. We are going to submit your assignment this night. So you have from today, right? From this night till 11:59 Sunday, submit your assignment.